EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Las Vegas Raiders. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
22 yards there, a first down.
A gain of 22 yards.
A first down carry for Barkley. And some room to run now. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Touchdown, Denver.
Saquon Barkley hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos have taken the early lead.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Zane Gonzalez set.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is Gibson. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
He was taken down at the 50-yard line.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line to take up the space and let the line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Chandler Jones able to get in there and drop him behind the line. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Jabril Peppers deep to receive. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. Dancing to his left. Got some room at the 30. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side.
Brings up 2nd.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Stafford will get this out to Barkley, complete.
Complete to Saquon Barkley.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 1st down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
There, just 23 yards on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
At their own 42-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
That one 28 yards on the ground.
31-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory. Down at the 31. About 3 yards there to the 27.
The ball carrier.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 27, Jones eluding the pressure right. They'll try and run it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
We'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Carrier. Kyle Van Noy on the tackle. Brings up 3rd down.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
4th down.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll run for it with Akers, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down, and the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2.
This size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it 2nd down and 12. On 2nd and 12, Stafford, open man is Robbie Anderson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
14. And
well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
But we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Stafford.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on 1st down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here. In this situation, they stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
1st down, Denver.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. They'll fake it. And Stafford. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Vic Beasley has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to Matt.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. There he goes, right side. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. The old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
Different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll start out on the ground with Saquon Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 20.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Stafford. Airing this one out for Evans. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. Another try after the first down sack. Stafford. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Stafford. Being chased out left, and he's taken down. Trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
They're in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently, they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. Blake Martinez, 2nd in the league in tackles last year, gets another there.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there, holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Flush to his right. Incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, because you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
On is the punter, Townsend, as he gets this one away. Here comes Peppers. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10.
Their own 28-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? To throw on 3rd down. Stafford forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. And he slips up past the 45 before. For being tackled.
He's brought down by Micah Hyde. It's a gain of 10. First down, Broncos.
And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
And you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit.
And he's into the clear. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Chase Claypool. His 4th touchdown on the year. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front.
One of the cardinal rules of defense is that if you're in position to make a tackle, you need to make it.
Well, and if you can't make the tackle before that, you just got to knock that ball down, right?
Yeah, something has to happen because we saw the end result there. Missed tackle, he goes all the way and takes it for a touchdown.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He's going to air one out for Anderson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And this will be incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Jones off the play fake. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Catanzaro's kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense, because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do it? Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful, because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Off play action. Jones. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Chandler Jones in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Here's Tommy Townsend now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking out nicely. Good English on that punt. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there, but it's going to be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Stafford gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's out right at the 25. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Gain of 18 on the
They were backed up to start the drive, but how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
Barkley, a first down and more.
Baby, it's all me.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Stafford. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first, this one from 38.
is good.
So yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
We'll go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
Flushed out right. Able to hit his target, Claypool. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
But there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Now Jones on third down. And throw complete to Cam Akers. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long. Now Jones. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. That'll bring up fourth down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. They know return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense just came up with a stop right out of the locker room, and now can the offense take advantage?
Yeah, we don't want to turn this into something that it's not. It's only a one-score game, so it's not exactly a crucial possession. But at the same time, they'd like to get things started and at least come away with 3 points.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First down, Broncos.
One of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Complete.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. So from the 36 now, first and 10. From the gun, Stafford. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. Give him 6 on the play, and it's a second down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a second straight loss. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that's going to bring up a third down. He's got the first down and more past midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
First down, Denver.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5 at the 43-yard line.
Second and 5 now. Stafford. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. On first down, Stafford here. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Not much there, only a yard. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this second and 9. Operating from the gun, Stafford into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 24-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First down.
First down, Barkley. He'll have a first down inside the 10 and all the way down to the 5. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
First and goal, Denver.
Play action. Stafford sliding out of the pocket. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And they'll employ the jumbo set now on second and 1. This one's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. One receiver to the left is Evans. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Barkley. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Broncos have once again taken the lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is Gibson. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brought down back at the 27.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll go again here with Akers. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Grover Stewart able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard.
2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
2nd and 11 at the 41. From the gun, Jones. Looking deep here for Ebron. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Jones now. Off play action.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They begin with a run by Barkley. Big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Saquon Barkley taking it in. And the Broncos push further out in front. But go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is Gibson. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kyle Van Noy. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Brings up 2nd down.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones. He's got his tight end, Jake Bunt. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Double team, it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as he gets this to the Raiders' 38. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And that will be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Raider D, they get the football back. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A gain of 8. Brings up 2nd.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Akers. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. 20! And take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Cam Akers, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders are back within a score. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score. But bottom line, they are still on top with the football. And a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A. A gain of 3, second down.
2nd and 7.
Operating from the gun. Stafford. There's that man again. It's complete. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Steps away to his left. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. A big play there for the Broncos on third. And even 60 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He's back to throw. Got his man. That's Tyrone Williams. And they get him down, but now before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Back to throw. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
10 at the 45-yard line.
He'll look to throw. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
25-yard line.
Off the play fake. Jones. His throw caught right around the 6. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Las Vegas, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 6.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. From the gun, Jones. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. DJ Hayden right there on the coverage.
Incomplete. leads to 2nd and goal.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Back to throw. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
4-yard line.
Stafford down to a knee, and with it, he's going to ensure his guys a victory. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it took a big 4th quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it, and let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the 4th quarter, but a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there, but in the 4th quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right, that reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points, defense held them, and lo and behold, they walk away with a win. Maybe expend a little more energy than they expected to, but they'll take it.
So for the Broncos, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching.